with that, we are going to move to the candidates. And first on our list are the planning board. There are 2 candidates running for 2 positions on planning board. They will each have an ability to do a 2-minute opening statement. We'll have time for approximately 3 minutes, 3 questions at 2 minutes, and there'll be a 1 minute close. And with that, I want to have going up first is candidate Peter Bouchard. Peter?
First of all, I want to thank Kate Donahue for putting on this forum. During these uncertain times, it's important to learn about the candidates because we'll be the voice of the future of the town. Now a little bit about myself. My wife and I both grew up in town. We're now raising our 3 children in Westborough. While we were younger, our parents were heavily involved in the community. This really instilled a town pride in myself, and this is an opportunity for me to show my children that it's important to run for positions that you may not feel comfortable doing. This is out of my order. I don't normally get in front of the town and give a spiel about myself. I don't really like doing that, but I just want to run and show that the town that I can help out. And what happened is a couple months ago, I had a few respected members reach out to me and ask me to consider running for this position. I was a little hesitant. I had never got myself involved in politics in town, but they explained the need for the younger generations to get involved. So what I did is I interviewed a current board member to really understand what it meant to be on the planning board and what the responsibilities were. After understanding all the responsibilities, I was inspired to run and really help out the community. I think I'm an excellent fit for the position with my real estate background and knowing the market value of homes in the area. So please consider voting for me in the election. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Peter. Zafar Zadiki.
Hi, thank you, Kate, for inviting me to this forum and everyone who's involved in organizing this forum. I thank you all for participating and Westborough TV for casting this. My name is Zafar Siddiqui, and I'm running for Westborough Planning Board. I have been an anesthesiologist for 30 years, and I've lived here in Westborough and worked at UMass for 16. I and my wife, an ICU nurse, have been on the front lines of these COVID times. I would like to further serve our community by being actively involved in the town as a member of the planning board. Though I was not born here in Westborough, it is now my home, and I believe I can bring a different perspective and new ideas, having lived in other countries. My family loves our town, and we look forward to living here for the rest of our lives. From my work experience as an anesthesiologist, I work with diverse teams and groups, and we all come together for the common good, the health of our patient. I would bring that same experience of teamwork and crisis management to the planning board table. I have served in several executive positions in my life. I'm not afraid to take on new challenges. I'm a person with education, experience, and empathy. I make decisions with 2 principles in mind: do the right thing and do the better thing. And the decisions must be good for our town. I'm a lifelong learner and spend much time researching and educating myself for any job I take. Besides my medical qualifications, I have earned an MBA from UMass, a paralegal certificate from BU, and I'm currently doing an online real estate course just to learn. In preparation for the planning position, I have been reading about zoning laws and our master plan, as well as watching videos of planning board meetings in other towns to learn how others do it. Always open to new ideas and learning best practices. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, from the question screeners, we have our first question, and I will put it in the chat to everybody. What are your thoughts on the need to improve our downtown area, including handicap accessibility? And it will be Zafar and then Peter.
Okay. I, walked around and, I live in the Ullman area, but I go to downtown very often. I love parts of the downtown. One of them is, enough parking compared to the other towns I've lived or gone. We do need to make sure that our seniors, handicapped people who need help should be able to go to places where they want to go. I also like to make it safe for people to walk in that area, bike in that area. I like the flashing solar powered lights at the pedestrian crossing. That is one of my ideas. But I was driving there yesterday and I saw those lights on the east side of the Main Street, Route 30, and I was very happy about it. We can have more of those to make it safe for everybody.
Okay, Peter, you're next.
That's a terrific question. Helping our senior population is very vital. And doing that with the downtown area, we really need to make sure that we can extend sidewalks out so more seniors, if they would like to walk, to be able to get downtown. But also, we need to evaluate to make sure that, if more handicap spaces are needed, we should evaluate that. But the issue with seniors in town that I've been seeing for many, many years, a couple of decades, is that seniors are priced out of our town because of the high taxes. So keeping this in mind, we should probably consider evaluating the tax rates for businesses and also the private citizens. This way we can make it, if we can attract businesses to our town, that will then provide relief on our tax rates, and therefore our seniors will then be able to enjoy and stay in our community. I do understand that there's an issue with handicap accessibility downtown, but keeping the seniors in the community is my major concern. Just as a real estate agent, I witness, people having to sell their homes and move out of town. And that shouldn't be a situation. If we can attract the right businesses in our vacant lots in town and provide extra tax relief for the senior group, we'll be able to keep the community as strong and have people keep everyone in the community for an extended period and not forced out of the community. So I totally am open for any idea on improving the downtown area and keeping our seniors safe, and also keeping them a part of the community, because they developed this town and shaped this town as we have it today. So thank you.
Thank you, Peter. We'll go right back to you since we're alternating. And the next question is, what will you do to ensure transparency of planning board deliberations and processes, including the appropriate notification of residences and businesses?
I think that's another great question. For me, I'm a part of the community. People see me around. I'm at the soccer field. I coach my kids' sports. I'm actually the U6 director for Westborough Soccer Association. People see me. I'm very transparent. And I'm also vocal, not vocal. I guess I put myself on Facebook. I'm available for people to reach out to me. I'm a public figure. As a real estate agent, I have a webpage with my name on it, with my phone number on it. So there's no real hiding from an issue, or nor would I want to. I'm here to serve, and I'm really running to make sure that the town is preparing for the future, the next 25 years. It's important for the town to understand that there's all these vacant properties in the area that we need to decide what's the major purpose for those buildings. Are we going to purchase these for municipal purposes for future use, or open green space or playgrounds for our kids? So there's a lot of opportunities for the town to really improve the current community that we have. Not saying that this current community isn't fantastic, but there's always a way to improve. And I really want to make it a space, an area where people can go out and, you know, after COVID, where we're not sheltered anymore, I want people to go out and enjoy the town, like I did as a kid. And honestly, I just want people to use all the space if possible, if it makes sense. And using the space doesn't mean build. It means using it in an attractive way to have people come out and better the community. So thank you.
Zafar, please.
Thank you for the question. I am very proud of my maturity, integrity, my dedication, honesty. So personally, at my level, anybody can ask me any questions. There will be means to communicate with me, but I don't know enough. I've watched many videos of the planning board meetings, but I don't know enough how currently they are transparent to the public. But from my point of view, and if I'm in there, I would try to make it more transparent. But let me touch upon some other things that I would, one of my pet projects, and when I'm in the town, besides being honest and open to everybody, I would love to encourage more people to come to the town meetings. And I have spoken to a lot of people when I started this process, that you all should participate and come to the town meetings to see for yourself what's being said and what's being done. One of the most important things, and this is would be a project which I would try to help. I know planning board does not do this, but I can be, as a citizen, encourage this project. I want to build a multi-facility park for families and children with our beloved seniors. I would like to see the development of this green park next to a pond or a lake. We as family go to different playgrounds in different towns. Why can't we have something here in our town in all encompassing one facility? Such a place would be a good place to interact with other members of our town. This could be developed by public-private partnership and community donations. This park would give our residents to relax and kids to play, a place to play after a busy day at work.
Thank you. And Zafar, the next question, you'll be first. As Westborough approaches full land build out, how might planning balance the need for economic development, open space, and maintaining the town's character? Zafar, then Peter.
Thank you. Thank you for the question. You know, I've said this too many times, that land area in Westborough is not going to increase. So we have to be very careful what we build and how we build it. We have to think 50 years ahead, that we need to leave some land and green for our future generations. But still, with the land we have, and we might have to change something in the zoning laws just to accommodate more businesses in the downtown, more businesses in the 495 corridor, the big ones. You know, I'll do everything to bring in fiscally responsible projects. One of my big things would be to encourage biotechs to come around in the 495 corridor area. One idea also came to my mind is to help promote a convention center or a kind of a event center, not a convention center, an event center for our families to enjoy the entertainment, small conferences. I'm a physician. We go around far distances. The only thing I know that the DCU center in Worcester and then the big convention centers in Boston, we have nothing in between. So that would be something which will be very, businesses would like and could generate revenue through the event center and for the local businesses.
Okay, Peter.
I think Zafar makes a very valid point, having a convention center, especially where we're located. I think that's a very smart idea, Zafar. Thank you for that question. And I agree, the town isn't going to get bigger, and it hasn't. But if you look around, there's many vacant buildings in our town. instead of developing new pieces of land, we should really focus on trying to incentivize businesses to develop buildings that are vacant. And with COVID happening, more than likely, this problem will expand since small businesses are hurting during these times. It's important for our town to evaluate where we stand with these small businesses and try to entice them back to our town, because these are our community members who are struggling during this time. So I understand, we want to keep the characteristic of the town, which we can, but you drive down the street and there's vacant buildings. If we can get business into those buildings, then we don't necessarily have to develop land that, that isn't developed currently. So, I think as far as point about, trying to get something on 490, the Route 9, 495 area in that section, that could definitely increase the tax revenue for the town, which then will also allow seniors to stay. But another issue that I'm running into is people of my generation aren't able to move back to town. So we've invested in so much. Everyone moves to town because of education. We've invested in our education, but our students go live elsewhere. So if we can get small business to come back to town and go into our vacant areas, then maybe our students currently will want to move back to town and have job opportunities. Thank you. Sorry, I ran late.
Thank you. Okay, and now we move into the closing statements for our candidates for planning board. The closing statements will be 1 minute each, and first Zafar Siddiqui and then Peter Bouchard. Zafar?
Okay, thank you. As I said before, I'm a lifelong learner and I have a keen interest in understanding the process. I believe I have the maturity, integrity, dedication, honesty, and resilience to serve the town well. I would work to encourage more residents of our town to get involved in the town affairs. I would try to bring the members of our town together and try to find solutions for the town and for everyone who lives here. And I say this, no wonder people at my work call me Dr. Z, which is the easier name, and Dr. Z with 3 capital E's: education, experience, and empathy.
Thank you. Peter?
Dr. Z, I love that name. Thank you for first of all, for running. I appreciate that. After watching all these planning board meetings, what I've really come to understand is this position is extremely difficult. It's not a position that you can learn overnight. It's something that's going to take years of experience and learning from the other 4 board members who have gone through the process. So as a part of the younger generation, I'm 35 years old with 3 kids in town. I'm not going anywhere. I run a business out of town. I am invested in this community. This community means so much to my family. And I just want to thank everyone who's talking tonight. And Kate, thank you for putting this on and this opportunity to speak to everyone in the town. And I truly appreciate it. And I'm honestly just trying to do right and make this town a better and brighter place in the future. Thank you.
Thank you to both of our candidates. We appreciate your willingness to serve, and we appreciate you joining us here tonight. That concludes the planning board portion of our efforts tonight.